the camera's over here, so you're gonna see the behind the scenes of the Close the Deal show. My name is Alisa Manjanner, and I help women create the clarity to cast a vision, put a strategy into place, and then make it happen. And then am I pitching them too?
Yes.
Okay. If you have a big vision that has, now I'm on the spot. If you have a vision, let's try this out. Everyone can see me practicing. If you have a vision that is bigger than you can ever imagine and it scares you, that probably means you're ready to talk to me. And if you know someone who has a big vision where they just need to make it happen, maybe you're tired of hearing them say the same thing over and over and they're not doing anything. If you know someone who needs to get doing, you should definitely call me.
Welcome to the Close the Deal show entrepreneur ecosystem.
Thank you, Terrence. I just clapped for us.
Thank you so much for not only coming, but to get right into it. You know, a lot of people don't know about your background. Could you share a little bit about your background briefly?
Sure. So I grew up in Fresno, California, and when I was in college, I really wanted to be an executive coach. I met one. My dad's good friend was an executive coach, and I thought, that is awesome. You can impact leaders on a grand scale. And so I decided that's what I'm gonna do. It was my senior year in college, and from there I was like, okay, well now what do I do? And I started working for a church company or church construction company, and I told the owner I want to work with executives, and he said, well, I don't have executives, but how about you work with pastors? And so I started working with pastors and church leaders, asking them what's the vision for their building. And then after that, I worked for a food web show. And with that business owner, I said, what's your vision for food in the community of Fresno? And we did a lot of highlighting restaurants and local cuisine. And then from there, I went to an advertising agency, and talked with brands and worked with their visions. And then I worked for a tech company and worked with their vision. And now I do it on my own at the Happy Cactus. So it's been a long vision-driven journey.
How did you develop a vision for Happy Cactus?
The Happy Cactus started with me being stuck. I was bored at work. I figured I was doing at this time, I was doing executive coaching on the side, and I went to a coach and I said, I don't know what I need to do. Do I need to go climb the ladder? I was VP of marketing. And she said, well, what if you do some research? And this is very typical in an executive coaching situation. They say, okay, let's reverse engineer it. So go look up chief marketing officers, brand managers, and we can figure out a path for you to get there. So I did my research and I came back to her and I said, I don't think I want to do it. I'm not interested really in going in that journey. And she said, after working with you for a while, I think what I've seen is you created your own path and you created your own journey. And what can you do so that the next time you're stuck, you remember this? So I thought about it and I said, oh my goodness, I have a cactus and it's in my backyard. When I bought it, it was a bunny ear cactus. It was a cute little ball with 2 ears, and it was perfect, and it was very Instagrammable. And one day I saw it in the patio and it started growing all these weird ears, and it no longer looked perfect. It no longer looked like a bunny ear cactus. I don't even know what it looked like, but I saw it basking in the sun, growing however it wanted, wherever it wanted. And I said, that cactus is so happy. I want to be like the Happy Cactus.
Okay. When you developed the Happy Cactus and you came about with this creative idea on what the Happy Cactus stands for, when it comes to a client, what's different with that based on how do you develop their vision and transition it into reality?
One of the things that I've learned with the Happy Cactus is you can create what doesn't exist. So if you're in your career and there's a position that you think that you could do better, you can create that position and talk to your boss and create it. If you are an entrepreneur and you want to create something else that doesn't exist, you can create it. And a lot of times we feel like, well, it doesn't exist, I don't know, people have doubts. And so what I do with my clients is I say, what if it was all possible, and what if it was easy? Let's just dream really big and see what comes out. And usually their vision comes from a problem they see that they want to solve, or something that they wish existed that doesn't. So all we do, I say it's kind of like people's brains are like spaghetti and everything is going all these directions. So what I do as a vision producer is I help you get each noodle, one noodle at a time. We say, do we want this one? Yes? Keep it. Do we want this one? Nope. It's not going to be part of our vision. And we just cook a whole new meal together.
Okay, so you got metaphors to how you apply this.
Yes.
Okay, definitely. You make it more interesting and more personal on a level. You know, when you find a particular client, what's the first thing that you ask them?
What's your vision?
Okay.
Because that's what we're working on, right? And if
Okay.
they are like, I don't know, then I think they're either at a couple different stages. So either they don't know and it's going to take hours and years for us to work it out, they're probably not ready for me. But if they're like, I don't know because I have a million ideas and a million passions and I don't know where to start, they're at a good place for me, because then I have something to work with.
Well, one of the things I'm curious about, so you can let the viewers know, is, you know, what strategies from a previous client that you've worked with help them bring their vision to reality?
I had a client a long time ago, even before I started this entrepreneur journey, who I worked with on the side, and she said, Alisa, I'm really passionate, but I don't know, I want to start a business, I don't know where to start. And she said, I'm a mom, I like organizing things, I like money, and she was like, can I do something with that? So what we did, and this is an exercise that anyone can do, I call it the spider exercise. And you get a piece of paper, you draw a circle with a bunch of lines around it, and you put your name in the middle. And then you put all the things that you're passionate about or that you would like to have a business about. It's just a big mind map. And what that does is you're visually putting something on paper to see yourself from a different perspective, and then you're logically looking at what actually makes sense. And so this is where I love to start with people, because once they kind of get out of their heads and put it on paper, they start to see, oh, I think I could do this. And now that mom who thought she had nothing has 3 businesses. She's a Marie Kondo. I don't know if you've heard of Marie Kondo. It's like they help you organize your home.
Okay.
She's a consultant, and she's writing a book, and she's just completely flourished from thinking, I don't know anything, I just have hobbies, to now I've created these businesses. And it started with
How did you create that idea, or was that shared with you?
I learned that exercise. I don't know what it's really called. It's a technical term might be mind mapping. And I learned it when I was working at an advertising agency, when we were trying to come up with names for companies. So if a new company came to us and they wanted a logo, they wanted a name, we would put what they did in the center and just come up with a lot of different ideas. And so I thought, if I can do that for companies and naming conventions, I think I can do it with people. So I just translated what I did in marketing to individuals.
When you say you help people bring their vision to light, is there a particular type of specific vision that you like to work with?
I like working with people who want to make an impact in the world.
Okay.
So whether that's creating a nonprofit, or like this woman, she just wants to help moms be the best moms that they can be without, she has a program called Kick the Clutter Out of Your Life. And she's changed women's lives by helping them kick the clutter out of their houses. And it seems like a little thing, but for these women, it's transformational. So I have one client who's eradicating homelessness in LA. It's like
Wow.
Big, huge vision. And then I have this other one that's like one mom at a time. So anything that creates impact, or if there's a desire to create impact, I'm on board.
Okay, definitely. That's very interesting, because social impact brings about change. You know, social justice brings about change. Affirmative action brings about change. Diversity and inclusion brings about change. Are these the type of guest speakers you like to have on your platform?
So for one of my podcasts, and we just rebranded it, it's called What Rules, and it's all about the rules that women of color have broken to get ahead in their careers and advance in the workplace. So the women that I interview are usually women that have had some kind of success, because my question to them is, how did you get there? Like,
Correct.
How did you go from here to here when all these systems are against you? And so those women, how I select them, I'm usually impressed or intimidated by them, and that's how I know, okay, I want to know your journey.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Previously you've had different type of guests on there, and usually when you say someone that has been successful and made different transitions in their life, what person stands out the most to you without even revealing their name?
One of my favorite guests that I just had on my Instagram, in January I had this theme called Just Do It January, and
Okay.
I wanted to know how people just did what they needed to do. And I had a creative director of a television studio in New York, and I asked him, what do you do when people have creative blocks? Your job is to help your team create every day. And so that was a really fun conversation, because his philosophy is just create every single day and just do it, whether you feel like it or not. So that was a really fun conversation that I had, hearing from a creative.
That's perfect. One of the things that I'm curious to know is what empowers you to get up to do what you do every day?
People. And it sounds generic, but I love when people are passionate about something. And that excites me and it energizes me. And that's why I like doing stuff with you, because you are super passionate. And I think that's fun and it's contagious. And I think it's just a really fun way to live.
There's so many things that I could say about this woman, but it's the things that you need to know so you can learn how to not only take charge in your own life, but most importantly, how you can be a leader in your particular field. And this woman right here today is making headways and leading a lot of people in helping them produce their vision.
The thing that I'm working on right now in this vision production company that I've been building, and I'm just barely starting, I'm less than a year into my journey. Before I started my entrepreneurship journey, I started podcasting. And right now I'm working on podcasting with corporations who do internal podcasts. So I'm working with a team right now. They're insights and research people, and they want to get all their research to the rest of the company. So we're creating a podcast for them. And so I'm doing a lot of podcast production.
Okay, any particular stories that the public should know about to be looking for?
The one I'm working on right now, it just went live. It wasn't supposed to be out in the public, but the company is Mars Wrigley, and they decided, you know what, this is really great information. We have amazing guests. Sometimes we have 8 time zones in one episode.
Okay.
And that's called Future Imagined.
Okay, how could people learn more of how to watch this show and your shows that are on Instagram Live?
The best way to start is to find me on Instagram at my personal page, which is alisa.coach. And at alisa.coach, you see all the projects I'm working on.
Okay.
And that's probably the easiest way to find me.
That may be the easiest way, but that may not always work for some people. So
yeah, if you're not on Instagram, you can always visit my website. It's thehappycactus.club.
Here at the Close the Deal Show and the Close the Deal Network is, we talk about commitment to integrity. What does that mean to you?
I think there's 2 forms of commitment to integrity. One is in your business and having the best practices and being true and honest in everything that you do as a business. But the other side of it is being in integrity with yourself. And for me, I know that I'm my best self when I'm me. And if I'm trying to be someone else, it doesn't work. I've tried it. It doesn't work.
Okay.
So for me, integrity, being committed to me, is making sure I'm always coming back to who am I, and am I staying true and honest with how I present myself and who I talk to and all of that.
What about education through collaboration?
Oh, I love education through collaboration. I mean, that's where all my podcasts come into play. So I have other partners. I don't do any of this alone. I have other partners who are brilliant at what they do, and we collaborate to educate on a regular basis. So this, how women of color can advance in the workplace. I have experts helping me teach everybody else these principles. Trust with authenticity. Ooh, I think for me, so my business is a definite trust game, and all my clients, but my lead time, so you have different lead times with different businesses, it's probably a year, 6 months to a year. And that is because if people are committing their visions are like their babies. So if they're committing their visions to me to help me, to work with me so I can help them grow it, they have to trust me, and that takes time. So trust with authenticity for me is consistency and time.
There you have it. Call Alicia if you have a vision and you want to bring it to light, because you can possibly close a deal today. Well, Alicia, not only I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your tips, talking about your podcast. It was a pleasure having you. I look forward to doing more projects with you, but most importantly, I look forward to closing some deals.
Amen to that. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Today, I want to thank, before we close this deal, Defy Ventures for not only sponsoring today's entrepreneur journey, which Defy Venture promotes a nonprofit organizations for men and women that are formerly incarcerated, and they have what is called an entrepreneur program called EITs in training. They help individuals develop character development, management, and leadership skills in developing their business model. So once again, I would like to thank Defy Ventures, the CEO, Andrew Glazer, and Mr. Kwan, and staff for allowing us this space today. All right, everyone. We'll be talking to you soon, and you can always watch us every Monday night on cable Comcast and San Francisco, channel 29, as well as in LA every Tuesday at 9:39 p.m., as well on Spectrum, channel 3236, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Roku under Pasadena Media. Be looking for more exclusive, unfiltered, raw shows educating the public on business ideas, tips, and strategies from our entrepreneur ecosystem and our entrepreneur network. Thank you and have a great afternoon.
Hi, my name is Alisa Manjanner. I'm a vision producer at the Happy Cactus. In 2 weeks on your local TV listings, please join me and Terrence McRae at the Close the Deal show. We talk all about the entrepreneurial journey and the 3 values that the Close the Deal show has. Those are commitment to integrity, education through collaboration, and trust with authenticity. Join us in 2 weeks. We will love to see you there.